Hey there, my name is Trish from Downey's Candle Company, and thank you for stopping by my channel. So these mugs finally came back in stock at my local Dollar Tree. I've been waiting for them so I could make a hot chocolate candle, and today is the day I'm going to make that. So these are 18-ounce clear mugs, and the wick I'm using for these is an LX20 wick, and I'm just using a single wick. The fragrance oil I'm using is a hot chocolate fragrance oil from Nature's Garden. Then I'm going to use the liquid brown candle dye that I got from CandleScience to color the wax. And then I had this wick holder on hand. It's a 3-wick holder that I got from 1617 with a couple of their 3-wick vessels that I have used in the past. So now I'm just going to go ahead and get my wax heated up, and once that is to the right temperature, I will be back so we can put the fragrance oil in and color it. So I heated my wax up to about 190, 195 in my wax melter that I use, and then I poured it into this pouring pitcher. Once the temperature was down to about 185, which didn't take long because the pitcher is cooler than the wax was, I added the fragrance oil, which I'm sorry, but I did that off camera, so I apologize for not including that. Now I'm just going to add in the brown liquid dye, and I just keep adding in a few drops at a time, a drop or two, and then testing it on the white sheet of paper that I have until I kind of have it at the color that I think it should be to look good as a hot chocolate base for this candle. Now that I have it where I want it, I'm just going to pour it in, and I'm going to let it harden up. And while I'm doing this, I will take you over and show you how I make my sprinkles. So these sprinkles are supposed to represent like hard peppermint candy or candy cane that you might put on top of your hot chocolate maybe during the winter Christmas season. So I'm using marshmallow peppermint fragrance oil from Sierra Candle. Just dyed some of the wax red, and I'm left some of it the white color. And I just used a pipette, and I just put it all over this freezer paper that I have. And now I'm doing the same thing with the white. And once it hardens up, then I will go in and I will kind of cut it so it kind of looks like flakes or chunks, maybe like a candy cane would kind of look. I think next time I might use tart wax because it's a little bit harder. This was kind of soft, but not horrible to work with. Just next time it might be a little bit easier with a harder wax. By this time my candle is hardened up, and I'm going to take my wick holder off. And usually with the wax that I use, it kind of, as it cools down, it kind of shrinks a little bit, so pulls away from the sides a little bit. And so I just go in with my heat gun and I kind of melt down and fill in those sides so it's snug against the side of the vessel. So I'm just going to go in and melt. It's just a small layer just so it can fill in around the sides. And then once that is done, we will go in and we will start working on the whipped cream. So while this is solidifying back up, we're going to make the whipped cream. Now I've already taken some wax out and put it in a bowl, and I have scented it with the marshmallow peppermint fragrance oil again. And I've let it cool down, and as I'm letting it cool down, I'm stirring it every once in a while. With this, I decided to go in with an electric hand mixer. In the past, I've just used a whisk, and I just whisk it, but I have noticed that when I go to pipe that wax that I've only whisked, as I'm piping it through a star tip, it keeps getting clogged because there's chunks that just didn't get whipped up. So I thought I'll go in and hopefully this will make a difference and there won't be any clogging of my tip when I go to put this on top of the candle. So I don't really whip it for very long, maybe a minute or two. and I just get it nice and fluffy. Kind of has the consistency of frosting, like buttercream frosting or any other type of frosting, where it kind of forms stiff peaks and they kind of stay there. And that's when I know that it is ready for me to go in. It's not hard enough where I can't pipe it, but it's not so soft where if you're putting it on your candle, it's not going to keep its shape. So I've got my wax to the consistency that I wanted. Now I'm just going to put it into my piping bag, and I fitted this bag with a star tip. I'm pretty sure it's the Wilton 1M star tip. It's one of the larger ones that you do for just, a larger frosting. But I'm using that one because I think that one more resembles what it would look like if you had a can of whipped cream and you were putting that on your hot chocolate. And I'm just going to get this to the bottom of the bag so it's ready to go. And then I'm going to pull over my candle and I'm going to start piping on here. So to do that, I just kind of hold the wick so it stays in the center, and I just am piping around it kind of to the edge of the glass, but not really touching the edge. And I'm just making it kind of like a cone shape, like it would look like in a regular cup of hot chocolate, since that's what I'm doing. I think next time I would make the wax a little bit darker. I think maybe I might add a tiny bit of black in to make it a little more of a, Hershey's chocolate kind of color, light Hershey's chocolate. That's what we use when we make our hot chocolate here, Hershey's cocoa and sugar and milk. So that's the idea in my head of the color I was going for. So I'm just going to put on these candy cane flakes, or candy cane chunks, I'll call them. I know it kind of looks Christmassy, and it's not Christmas anymore, but peppermint hot cocoa is always good all year long, in my opinion. And it's snowing here today, so hot chocolate is great on a snowy day. I'm just going to add these until until I like it and see how it looks. And I'm done. Here is my final product. Nice mug of hot chocolate. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I enjoyed making it. It's a fun, creative one that I like to do. And I will see you in the next video, and I hope you all have a nice day. Not so fast, I'm back. I thought about it, and I had decided I wanted to put Hershey's chocolate syrup on the top of this. So I got some more wax. I dyed it a dark brown color. It took a lot of the brown dye to color this chocolate, but then I just took a pipette and I let it cool down a little bit first so it wouldn't just slide off. Then I took a pipette and I just squirted it along the top like you would do with a nice sugary hot chocolate that has whipped cream, chocolate sauce, peppermint candies on it. And now I really am done with it this time. And I hope that you like the way it came out again. And again, thank you for watching this, and I hope you all have a great day.